Welcome back, beautiful Heartland family. You're watching your safe space for everything about Heartland's heart and soul. I'm Emma, and today we are diving into a truly emotional and breathtaking journey, Ty Borden's grand return in Season 19, Episode 1. Yes, you heard it right. After seasons of tears, hope and memories, Ty is finally back at Heartland. And his return is nothing short of a miracle. Before we saddle up and dive deep into the emotions, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to, and tap that notification bell so you never miss a new Heartland story breakdown. And hey, I'd love for you to comment below and tell me how you feel about Ty's return. What was your first reaction? Let's celebrate this incredible moment together as one Heartland family. Let's take a deep breath and rewind the clock. Ty Borden wasn't just a character in Heartland, he was the soul of the series. From the first moment we met him, that young boy with a tough exterior, scars from a troubled past, and a guarded heart, we knew Ty was something special. Under the guidance of Jack Bartlett and the patience of Fleming, Ty slowly opened up, shedding his armor and revealing the fiercely loyal, deeply loving man beneath. Over the years, we watched him grow from a reckless teenager into a skilled veterinarian, a protector, a best friend, and eventually Amy's soulmate. Their wedding was not just a union of two people, it was a promise, a triumph over darkness, a living example of how love can heal the deepest wounds. That's why Ty's departure shattered us all. His death in Season 14 wasn't just another plot twist, it was a wound that tore through the very foundation of Heartland. Fans across the world felt it as if they had lost a friend, a brother, a son. His absence left a haunting silence at Heartland. And Amy, now a single mother, was forced to find strength she never knew she had, to carry on his legacy for their daughter, Lindy. Every empty chair at Sunday dinners, every lonely ride across the open fields, every whispered memory, it all kept Ty alive, even when his physical presence was gone. We mourned with Amy, we cried with her, and a part of us kept hoping, what if? And now, after seasons of healing, Heartland rewards our loyalty and patience, with the miracle we hardly dared to dream of. Season 19, Episode 1 doesn't throw Ty back into the story with fanfare or dramatics. Number true to Heartland style, it's subtle, poetic, and so deeply emotional that it sneaks up on you and knocks the breath right out of your chest. The premiere begins with an air of mystery. Amy starts having dreams, vivid, comforting dreams of Ty. Dreams where she feels his hand brush hers, where she sees flashes of a familiar smile in the distance. Jack spots a lone rider far off in the pastures, but chalks it up to an old man's imagination. Strange horseshoes are found by the barn, ones that don't belong to any of their current horses. And then it happens. Through the morning mist, a lone figure approaches Heartland's main gates, riding with a confidence and familiarity that freezes time. It's Ty, older, more rugged, with lines of hardship on his face, but unmistakably Ty Borden. The scene doesn't need music or dialogue, the emotion fills every frame. It's simple, raw, and utterly devastating in the most beautiful way. Amy's world stops the moment she sees him. She's standing by the barn, brushing one of the horses when she catches sight of the familiar silhouette on the horizon. For a moment, she thinks it's another trick of the mind, another cruel dream teasing her heart. She sets the brush down slowly, her entire body trembling with a fear she cannot name. But as the rider draws closer, her breathing quickens. Her hand goes to her mouth, stifling a sob. Her knees threaten to give out. Because it's him. It's really him. Amy takes a hesitant step forward, tears streaming down her face. Her heart, the heart that she had carefully stitched back together after shattering, begins to unravel all over again. But this time, not from pain, from a rush of hope and disbelief. And then finally, she whispers into the open air. Ty. It's the softest word, but it carries the weight of years of sorrow, longing, and love. In that still, breathtaking moment, it's little Lindy who brings the world back into motion. Without hesitation, without fear, without doubt, Lindy recognizes her father. It doesn't matter that she was so young when she lost him. Some connections are etched into the soul. With a joyful squeal, Lindy drops the toy she's holding and runs, her small boots kicking up clouds of dust. Ty dismounts just in time to catch her, scooping her into his arms, spinning her around as she giggles and clings to him tightly. Tears fall freely down Ty's face as he holds his daughter for the first time in years, feeling the weight of everything he missed. Birthdays, scraped knees, bedtime stories. And yet, underneath all that fear, there was a spark of hope, a fragile, trembling hope that maybe this time things could heal. Fighting back tears, Lou stepped forward, wrapped Ty in a cautious but genuine hug, and whispered a choked, "Welcome home." It wasn't just forgiveness she offered, it was a willingness to believe again. Lou's conflicted heart opened the door for possibility, showing how love doesn't always come easily, but it always finds a way when it matters most. Georgie had changed so much since the days when Ty had been a constant figure in her life. No longer the impulsive, searching teenager who once found a home at Heartland, Georgie had blossomed into a confident young woman, strong-willed, compassionate, and fiercely independent. When Ty returned, Georgie didn't react with the uncontrolled emotion one might have expected from the younger version of herself. Instead, she approached him with a quiet, almost reverent strength, her eyes wide with a depth of feeling she no longer needed to express through tears alone. Ty had been her role model, her big brother figure, the one who showed her that even when life was chaotic and painful, love and perseverance could carve out a place called home. Standing in front of Ty, Georgie allowed herself a brief, raw moment of vulnerability, stepping into his arms for a long hug that conveyed everything words could not. But when she pulled away, she smiled through her tears, a smile that spoke of pride in how far she had come, and gratitude for the part of her journey he had helped shape. Ty saw not a lost girl needing saving, but a strong young woman welcoming him back with open arms and an open heart. Georgie's growth was a testament to the impact Ty had on her life and the strength of the Heartland family to carry on and to welcome back their own. No matter how much time had passed, Tim Fleming had always been a man whose emotions hid behind a wall of stubbornness and gruff bravado. The day Ty returned, Tim's first instinct was to retreat into that hardened shell. His handshake with Ty was firm, almost businesslike, and his words clipped. "Good to see you, kid." But anyone who knew Tim could see the storm brewing just beneath the surface. In the moments when no one else was watching, Tim's tough exterior cracked. He stared at Ty from across the ranch yard, his fists clenching and unclenching at his sides, struggling with a rush of guilt and relief he didn't know how to process. Tim had been angry for so long, angry at fate for taking Ty away, angry at himself for not protecting Amy and Lindy from that loss. And now, with Ty standing alive and breathing before him, Tim didn't know whether to punch him for the pain he'd caused or embrace him for coming home. In a rare private moment, Tim finally let his emotions surface. His voice shook slightly as he told Ty in a low, gruff tone that family was messy, painful and stubborn. "Just like you," he said with a crooked grin, "but it's family nonetheless." Then, awkwardly and fiercely, Tim grabbed Ty in a rough hug, clapping his back so hard it made both of them laugh through their tears. In that raw, unguarded moment, Tim showed that his heart, though scarred and cautious, had never stopped caring. Under the vast, starlit sky of Heartland, Ty and Amy finally found a moment alone. A sacred pause away from the overwhelming emotions of the day. They sat side by side on the familiar front porch swing, the wood creaking gently beneath them, surrounded by memories of what once was and the tentative hope of what could be again. Amy turned to him first, her hand trembling slightly as she reached for his. Ty's hand, calloused and warm, wrapped around hers with a tenderness that made her heart ache. The silence between them was heavy, not with anger, but with all the words left unsaid over the years. Finally, Ty broke it with a raw, broken whisper. "I never stopped loving you." Amy's tears flowed freely then, not just for the love she never lost, but for the years of pain and loneliness she had endured without him. She spoke of the nights she sat on this very porch, staring into the darkness, wishing for him to walk back into her life. Ty, his voice thick with emotion, shared the agony of being kept away, the impossible choices he had to make to survive, and the regret that haunted him every day he wasn't by her side. They didn't sugarcoat the pain. They laid it bare between them. The missed birthdays, the milestones lost, the dreams shattered. And yet, through the hurt, there was something stronger, an undeniable love that had endured every storm. As the night deepened around them, Amy leaned into Ty, her head resting against his shoulder. And for the first time in a long time, she felt peace. Together, they didn't promise a perfect future. Instead, they promised something far more real: to rebuild, to heal, to love each other honestly, scars and all. In the quiet, in the brokenness,